Nakarkos, the skeleton dragon, is the final boss of Monster Hunter Generations, and is a massive cephalopod-like elder dragon capable of destroying entire ecosystems by devouring most, if not all, of the creatures inhabiting them. While these deadly elder dragons mainly live in underwater environments, they can also live on land, namely in subterranean caves with ocean access, such as Wyvern's End, which is the location where we battle Nakarkos in Generations and Generations Ultimate. I just gotta take a minute here to glaze Wyvern's End. If you watched my previous video where I rank and rate all of the boss arena maps in the mainline Monster Hunter games, then you already know that this is one of my absolute favorite boss arena maps in the entire series. The moment you spawn into the camp area of this map, you are presented with this incredible sunset vista overlooking a massive abyss high above the clouds. This backdrop looks like it's straight out of the opening of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. After taking a plunge into the pit, you end up in this massive cavern lit only by little bits of sunlight from up above and a bunch of blue bioluminescent algae or flowers, something like that are all over the cavern, many of which are attached to the bones in the distance. This entire cavern is littered with bones of dead monsters, including some absolutely colossal skeletons out in the distance. Now, the main thing you'll notice is that there is a massive creature that is almost entirely covered in bones, and this, of course, is Nakarkos. This fight has 3 distinct phases, and during the first phase, you don't even really know what it is that you're looking at. You see this big object covered in large bones that burrows under the ground, and it seems to be puppeteering these wyvern skeletons on its 2 larger tentacles. Its large shell is essentially impenetrable during this phase, with only a couple of tiny weak spots. One of my favorite things about this fight, especially during the first phase, is the atmosphere. The music during this first phase and the aesthetic of Wyvern's End, combined with how absolutely bizarre Nakarkos looks, makes this whole encounter feel ethereal, mysterious, and alien, but still believable within the Monster Hunter world. I mentioned in previous videos how I can only begin to imagine what kinds of insane and bizarre creatures live in the deep oceans of the world of Monster Hunter, and it feels like Nakarkos is a taste of what deep ocean creatures are like in this world. Anyways, eventually after doing enough damage to Nakarkos, it'll unveil its true form, which is that of a massive shelled cephalopod-like creature. You never break off its shell entirely, but now you can see the face of this creature along with some of its smaller tentacles. At this point, the music also shifts to a more dramatic, slightly less ethereal tone, and this is where the real battle begins. Nakarkos starts to not only use its long tentacles to coat you with ink like it did in the first phase, but also to grab the bones of other monsters and use some of their abilities, such as Brachydiosis' slime, lightning from Astalos, Glavenus' fire tail, etc., or sword tail. How these elemental abilities are attached to just the bones of some of these monsters doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever, it's really cool. During the battle, if you deal enough damage to Nakarkos, sometimes it'll fall over, giving you the opportunity to climb on its shell and attack this weak spot in between 2 large portions of its shell. You can also mine some materials from up there too. I always love when Monster Hunter lets us climb on these massive boss monsters. It's just so cool and grandiose, you know? It's a big reason why I love a monster like Dalamadur so much. Nakarkos will also use dragon energy to fire beams out of either its 2 larger tentacles or its mouth. It does this a lot, especially in the 3rd and final phase of the fight, where Nakarkos really gets angry on its last legs. I think it's really cool how during the final phase, the blue bioluminescent parts of Nakarkos' body turn red, not only symbolizing the ridiculous amounts of dragon energy it's going to unleash upon you, but also the anger that this creature is feeling. The entire cavern also begins to glow a brighter blue during this phase, and you get this nice contrast between the lights in the cavern and Nakarkos. Eventually, Nakarkos will be defeated, and in the process will let out this massive burst of dragon energy from its mouth up towards the ceiling of the cavern, which blows up a chunk of the roof, allowing more sunlight to pierce the bottom of this abyss. This is a video that I really wanted to do back when I was making my Monster Hunter Month videos, as this is one of my favorite final bosses in the series, but I just ran out of time, and there were some other videos that got higher priority at the time. So I'm happy that I finally got to do this video now after several months. I've got a few more videos planned for the Monster Hunter's Most Epic Fights series, as well as other videos in general, so look forward to those. But what do you think about Nakarkos as a boss? Have you experienced this fight? Do you like this monster as much as I do? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next Monster Hunter video. Happy hunting!